Estás haciendo, güey.
I'm telling you, man. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Because of motherfucking culture!
The amateur waits until inspiration strikes, but the professional shows up when there's nothing there. The professional is always there, ready to work. It's Sunday and I feel great. I don't know what we're doing today, but as I said like 10 seconds ago, the professional shows up even when the inspiration doesn't strike. The amateur only shows up, well, I'm kind of a full-time barber, so it's hard for me to be a professional at this, but I showed up even though there's nothing really going on right here. I'm excited. I'm at the barber shop. I'm just waiting for Ed to say, let's go, homie. So we can go get our day started. Also, they don't pay me to say this, but if you work a lot on screens, whether it's your phone, your laptop, your iPad, I highly recommend using coupon code STORR with movement.com, MVMT. I'm just kidding, I don't have a coupon code. But I actually really recommend these glasses. They're blue light filters, which basically protect and filter out blue light from your eyes. And it has a lot of benefits, like you get to sleep better at night if you stay up on your screen or whatever at night, which I do sometimes, a lot, every night. What are we doing besides that? Come say hi. Oh, fuck that. I'm just kidding, bro.
What's handing? Y'all don't even know what it is.
We're about to go bang.
No, but y'all already know, beautiful day, another day for a new opportunity. Let's go and let's go get it, son. Daniel, son, let's go.
All right, we out. We're at Pigeon Point. Check out the lighthouse. Check out these pictures of your boy Ed. Just check this place out. We wanted to come explore a little bit, somewhere new, somewhere different. So enjoy the footage and let's head over to the next thing right after. I am about to have breakfast with
Shamrock.
Shamrock. So excited. Welcome to Saturn. This is a vegan junk food place, but on Sundays, like today is Sunday, on Sundays they have like breakfast options. Oh, Barbie's here too, so hopefully they don't kick me out for filming in there. So
Whoa! What was that? Was that coffee? Or was it pre-workout? Oh, it's the hyphy juice. No? What about Rockstar? No? I think I know. The Bang. The Bang, right? The new Bangs? Oh, it's Starbucks. No? Is this crack? Am I addicted? What's wrong with me?
it's on the cup.
What?
It's on the cup. Look at the cup.
Oh, Pete's coffee. Wow. Who would have known?
I hope you all enjoyed that little skit. It was pretty fun to make. I think Ed's pretty talented when it comes to the acting, and I am always working on my craft. I'm always working on improving my videos, and just in general, everything I do, I want to get really good at it. So it was pretty fun to make. I really enjoy mostly editing with sounds, the music, and all that stuff. They don't sponsor me yet. One day they'll hear this, but I get most of the music and all these sounds from Epidemic Sounds. So to be honest, anybody who uses video, I know I don't have a massive platform, but if you want to work with video and you need good music, good sound effects, good audio, anything really, I would highly recommend checking out Epidemic Sound. They're pretty good. What do you think, Ed?
They're fire, they're flames.
I mean, the only way you're gonna get better is by doing, right? By doing more. So I'm excited to keep these skits going and to have such a talented actor, the infamous ya boy Ed Shredward. Yeah, thanks, bro.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's why. Together we gon' rule the world. We finna take over the Bay Area. Just kidding. Let's see what the rest of the next 3 days off I have, or 2.5 days off I have in store for us. When you make an ad for a fucking coffee shop and it makes you want to go get more coffee, so you go get more coffee at a different coffee shop so that they don't think you're a fiend, even though you are a fiend. That's why you're gonna go get more coffee after making a coffee ad about coffee. Jumbo. It's Tuesday, and I'm at the office or the barbershop with
Shamrock.
AKA Ed 47 or what did you say?
AKA your boy, AKA you already know.
Can someone come look at this? But yeah, I don't work today. I am just here hanging out with your boy Ed early in the morning before the sun rises. Have y'all heard of that book, The Sun Also Rises by, is it Thoreau? I believe so. Anyway, yeah, we rose before the sun today, so it feels good getting my day started early. I'm gonna go home after we finish hanging out, and they're gonna work, and I'm not. And I'm gonna go home and do some laundry, and I'm gonna do a little Q&A in my room. I painted it yesterday. Well, I painted it throughout the past like 3 days, but I finished yesterday, reorganized everything. It looks fucking sick. My room looks like a little hospital / coffee shop. It's exactly the vibe I'm going for, so I'm excited to do that little Q&A. Besides that, I'm just excited to hang out with my homie. That one right there.
So this is what we do when we're the first ones at the shop. We make hot towels, son. Daniel's son.
I just had a really good conversation with, if that's, then whose? I just had a really good conversation with,
Shamrock. Your boy Ed, AKA you already know what it is.
you know what? I'm just not even gonna show up to this bullshit next time. No, but yeah, I just had a really good conversation with him. We just poured our hearts out. Nah, I'm just kidding. What are we talking about?
About cultures, everything.
Yep, we talked about cultures, everything. Yeah, I'm just always happy to fucking hang out with a great dude.
It's about growing. It's about knowing.
Here, hold it. Hold the lens.
God damn,
See, wait,
Daniel's
see,
son.
wait. Not like that. That's why you break your hand. There you go.
It's about growing. It's about knowing where you're at and knowing where you want to be, and just being fully self-aware of where you want to be, you know? So just take accountability, take inventory of what you have and where you want to be, and make a little game plan for yourself and go and achieve it. It's a lot easier said than done, but it is what it is.
Fuck what it was. It is what it is. Where is it? There it is. Brought my chicken with me. God, why do I look like I'm straight out of Twilight? Morning, bro. So bright. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? What's up, man?
You're his 8:30?
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, I'm gonna head home now. So I'll see you all in a little bit. I'm gonna do the Q&A in my room. Show you my new room now that I painted it. So let's head back to Watsonville. See you later, Ed.
Like.
All right. So this is my room. I painted it. The color of this room is called Dragonfly, and I picked this color because I actually originally wanted to do something kind of yellow, on a weird like yellow mustard, kind of earthy yellow tone, but for some reason I went to Home Depot to look at the color wall and pick out a color, and this color just kind of like, I don't know, I just imagined myself living in this color. It's been a long time since I had a room that felt like it belonged to me. I tried to not be so, what's the word? Materialistic, and not to tell myself like, oh, this is mine, this belongs to me. I tried to not think that way, but I thought about it, and I feel like the space you try to create in makes a huge difference. So I decided, you know what, like we painted the office and I really feel like it improved the vibe there, and it made me enjoy going in there a lot more, and just kind of it gave me a reason to kind of want to go in there, as weird as it sounds, just painting the walls red. But I decided I wanted to do that to my room, but I kind of wanted to contrast a little bit of what we have going on at the office. It's red, very powerful color, very in your face, bold. But anyway, we're here back in Watsonville, back in my room. I'm gonna go ahead and do this Q&A. I took a screenshot of all the questions people asked. I'm gonna keep it anonymous, but I'll just say this. It's like 7 questions, which is why I'm not doing a full video on the Q&A alone. But one person asked like half of the questions, so I'm not gonna say who asked what, but let's start from the bottom up. What pushes you? I want to say what pushes me is having gone through a lot of mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. I think those are really the 2 main ones that affected me on a really like personal level. I think in general, being part of the LGBTQ community also affected me in a bad way, it didn't affect me in a bad way. It affected me in a way that made me feel very isolated from people, because I always wanted to fit in and be a part of something, and I felt like I couldn't find that with the people that I was vibing with or hanging out with all the time. And I feel like in general, I've always wanted to do my part to make people feel welcome, to feel a part of something, to make people feel like they belong, because I've experienced what it's like to not be in that mental space, I guess, to feel very secluded. And a lot of the times it is very individualized. It's very self-sabotage kind of stuff. So I feel like what pushes me is just the thought of not ever wanting to experience that again, and also being able to create a space for people who are different to feel that way, to feel like they belong, and to feel like they don't have to hide from the world or be different than who they really are on the inside, if that makes any sense. By the way, now I'm realizing that being different is actually an asset. It is what sets you apart from people who want to just fall in line. So I'm learning to use that as a skill or a talent. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite book you have read so far? It is definitely gonna be this one right here. It's called The Book of Secrets by Deepak Chopra. I hope I pronounced that right. That book was gifted to me on my birthday by my best friend Ed, and I haven't finished it yet, but so far every time I read that book, I feel like I've managed to pick up that book at just the perfect time, where I open the book and I read a few pages and I suddenly realize that it relates exactly to what I needed to hear in that moment. So it almost feels like the book is speaking to me directly, and I imagine I'm not the only one that's going to experience that with this book. So I would highly recommend this book if you struggle with any mental health stuff, or if you're into like the spiritual side of things. Deepak definitely goes into that kind of realm. Question number 3 is, what made you turn vegan, or are you still vegan? Yes, I'm still vegan. I don't have any plans to not be vegan at any point in the future, but I've also definitely loosened up my process for, I guess, my thought process for being vegan. I feel like I used to be very hard on people who were like, let's say 95% vegan, who occasionally eat chips that have milk in them. I learned to not be such a dick to those kind of people, because I thought about it and I was like, well, on the larger scale, in the bigger picture, they are making a big contribution to the environmental aspect of being vegan, the health aspect of individual, your intestines and what they can and can't process and whatnot. What made me turn vegan was the animals. There's usually 3 reasons why people go vegan, and that is the environment, the ethical side of things, which is the animals, or health. And for me, the main reason was animals, and then after is when I decided to dive into the environmental aspect of it. and the health aspect of it, which I didn't know much about. I actually, even before going vegan, I kind of had that, oh, but what about my protein? What about this? I'm gonna have to do research and try to make sure that I don't get sick. But then you kind of come to realize that as long as you're eating enough, it doesn't matter really what you're eating, as long as you're not constantly eating fries and Oreos, you're fine, honestly. Just make sure you're getting those calories in, because meat is very high calorie dense. It's calorie dense, so you definitely have to replace those calories with more of whatever it is you're eating. Especially greens like spinach and arugula, things like that. You need to eat a lot more of it because it's very low in calories. So yes, I am still vegan, and the animals are why I went vegan. Question number 4, what are your favorite hobbies to do in your spare time? So I don't know if you all saw, but I have a keyboard right in front of me, 2 keyboards. I have my laptop, my speakers. One of my favorite things to do is create. In general, I do this for fun. I mean, the YouTube thing for now is just for fun, and I would consider this to be something I do on my free time. I mean, basically any free moment I get, I do this. I like to read a lot. I definitely fell off of reading for a little bit, and I think it's because I fell into this mental dark space again, and I was just kind of like, oh, well, I'm scared to read because what if it doesn't work for me again? What if it doesn't help me? But I feel like it does help. You just have to push yourself to do it. What else do I like to do for fun? I like going hiking. I love going hiking. I love being in nature and outdoors, which is ironic because I'm also very much a homebody, and I like to be in my room and in my space. But so hiking, music, reading, those are all 3 of my favorite things to do. And then hanging out with my best friend. That's one of my favorite things to do as well. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you could have one wish, what would you wish for? This is probably gonna make some people upset, but I would honestly wish for more time in a week. More time in a week, because having an extra day or even an extra 2 hours in a day, that would make such a big difference. Because I mean, let's face it, we need to pay bills, we need to work, and most of us need to work full time. And which is why I started taking a step back from barbering just a little bit and taking an extra day off. Today's Tuesday. Today I was supposed to be working, but I'm not working on Tuesdays right now. And that's because I want to have more free time to do things like this and just work on my content and work on my mental health, do more things that I enjoy. Because constantly filling up your week with things you don't, not that you don't want to do it, but things that you need to do, it's a really good way to burn out quick. So I think the one wish I would have is definitely to have more time in a week, to be able to fill in more days with the things you enjoy. For example, if I could work 4 days in a week and have 4 days to work on things that I enjoy, that's 50-50. I feel like that's a much bigger balance in terms of like just doing what you want to do versus, what do they call that, work-life balance? But I think that's my one wish. If I had that one wish, that's what I would wish for. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was the last thing you ate? What was the last thing I ate? Last night I ate oatmeal. I ate oatmeal with, I just put raw oats in a bowl, then I put hot water over it and wait for it to soak up. Is that the right word? To soak up, absorb it? I wait for the oats to cook basically. Then I mash a banana and put it in, and then I put like a little bit of peanut butter in there, some cinnamon, some spirulina. I just found out it's how it's pronounced. What else do I put in there? I think that's it. And sometimes some sunflower seeds, like the not salted ones, just the seeds. And the last question is, what skill would you like to learn? To be honest, I would love to master my mind. I feel like I'm constantly at war with myself, with my mind, and trying to convince myself that what I'm thinking isn't always to be trusted, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I create scenarios in my head and I create certain emotions, and I know that I'm the one creating those, and I hate that. And that's definitely probably the most powerful skill I could learn, because I feel with that one skill, the rest of my innate abilities or skills or talents, I know that I could develop past that. So what I mean by that is, if I were to master my mind and the skill of controlling my emotions, just controlling the way I think, my thought process is, everything else is just going to fall into place, because I know within myself that I have the drive to do the other things that I need to do to achieve the goals that I have. But the one thing that holds me back is my mind, which is funny because that's why I started the podcast with Ed, the whole mind Ed. We were both on a roll. We both felt like we had our mindsets on lock, which, I mean, we weren't wrong to. I feel like it is true. I feel like the mindset is really the core of everything. So I feel that is the one skill that I would love to just have today. But it's also, everything good comes with a price. It comes with sacrifice. It comes with a lot of work. But that's exactly why I like to read and fuel myself with as much knowledge as possible. I like to surround myself with a person like Ed, because he's very much into the same realm of wanting to better himself every day. So yeah, I think that's probably the skill that I would love to have. So thank you, all 3 of you of my followers, for submitting questions. I appreciate you all. Hopefully, I mean, not like to do it at, like in terms of like clout or whatever, but I really like, sometimes I don't know what to talk about. So I like engagement. I like people asking questions so I could have something to refer to and ask or answer. So thank you all for asking questions, and I'm hoping that we could do this again soon. So let's see what the rest of the vlog has for today. I changed my mind. I decided to end the vlog here. I realized that I changed into some comfortable clothes, and I realized that I'm gonna probably spend the rest of my day reading and just filling up with more knowledge or whatever, doing more positive reinforcement stuff. And I'm probably gonna go pick up my nephews in a little bit, but I decided to just end the vlog here, and I guess I'll see you all on the next one.